Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue our January well-wishing Chinese expression unpacking. Okay, so today we're going to talk a very direct way of wishing somebody make a lot of money in the new year. And actually, it can be a year-around well-wishing. It doesn't necessarily tie to New Year, so to speak. So 招财进宝 simply means you have something special about you, that you're going to be a money magnet. You're going to attract wealth, and the treasures are going to enter your domain, just like that. So the mechanism of how didn't explain, right? But it's telling you the outcome would be you're going to attract a lot of money, wealth to you. Okay. So we have two verbs, 招 and 进, and two nouns, 财 and 宝. And that's Chinese way of pairing like that. So the same quality of the characters, nouns versus actions, Chinese very often likely to pair them with this way. So you have verb, object, verb, object structure. Okay, 招, we have 5-finger hand symbol. Okay, sometimes, most of the times, Chinese use 3-finger hand symbol. 3-finger is enough. But when it's 5-hand finger, it's something special. It's like really we're talking about your hand. Very often the 3-finger hand symbol is made of some other concept that the hand motion is not as a focus as 5-finger, all depicted in here. And then you may say, okay, I can see the 5-finger. Well, what's this thing? Okay, Chinese have the hair, animal fur, or human hair symbol looking similar like that because we used kind of a horizontal going puff image as the hair. And then it eventually gets confusing. So somebody later on in the evolution of characters, once they find the convergence of images of hair versus hand, two different things, but converge on a 2D frame image, then they add a distinguisher to diverge them again so they don't collide and confuse people. Okay, so this is the diversion. Tilting to the right is hand, tilting to the left is hair. Okay, to make some time to figure out. Okay, then the right side, we have a human figure, kind of looking like that. And then we have a mouse symbol. So in this case, it means mouse is verbally calling out somebody. So the way English call out to somebody would be name that person, right? And then that person's whoever you're naming, like Tracy or Sammy, whoever is the person, and then you verbally give that signal, and whoever is the name owner are going to give you their attention. That's a way to call, right? Chinese depict this process by the mouse symbol means speaking, and you're speaking to a person. So there's a way to call their attention. Many times, if you don't know that person's name, right, you're just saying hello, right, because you don't know the name. So that's the function of attention calling in English. Hello. In Chinese, I guess there are ways to address people, so you get their attention. And here is about attention getting, not only verbally, but with hand. So with this hand gesturing, calling people's attention, probably it could be like this, right? We're doing this as if like we're calling attention to us without saying anything, without verbalizing it. So that essentially is the Chinese origin of 招. It means waving at somebody to get their attention and to attract their attention. So now from attention attracting to applying to other type of attracting. Oops, In this case, it's wealth attracting. Now, let's go to the next verb before we go to the nouns, because 财 and 宝 oftentimes pair together, and we can split out this 4-character expression, have a spin-off of just 财宝 by itself, which means wealth. Okay, 进, we have the food, 3-toe food symbol. So Chinese have 3-finger hand symbol. We will have 3-toe food symbol. And I'm guessing this is a big toe, this is pinky, this is the rest of the 3 middle toes. They are connected on one nerve. I mean, how good are you differentiating the 3 middle toes? Can you kind of play piano with our toes? Not really, right? Because the nerve system is not wired as separate, distinctive as hand. And even hand, we use 3-finger hand symbol. So 3-toe foot symbol. 3 strokes on top of that depicts the footsteps, the footprints, spatially, progression. You can see that. So foot symbol without this progression means standing still. With the progression means walking. Simple as that. Now, the right side is a bird symbol, side view of bird. And horizontal lines, I talked about fur. Here too, it means the feathers of the bird. And the beak, the little aerodynamic feet tuck in. So this is the side view of bird symbol. Bird, walking. Why it means enter. Actually, it means forwarding, forward walking. So I guess in the concept of language creators, they view bird can only walk forward. They cannot backtrack going backwards. I'm not sure if that's true. Probably not, right? How can a bird not being able to walk backwards? But okay, the character itself means bird type of walking, walking like a bird. That's forward walking. And forward walking in this case, I translate as enter, because if it's forward walking, somebody is coming forward towards you. That means they're going to enter your personal bubble or space. So that eventually can be easily extended into this enter concept. Okay, now we tackle the nouns. Wealth. This is a seashell. Chinese used to use seashell as currency. So money symbol, just like the dollar sign becomes our, money symbol, right? This is Chinese money symbol. And then we have 2 horizontal lines with vertical line. First horizontal line is at ground level. Vertical line is a plant. And now the second horizontal line intersect with the plant, the portion buried under the ground. And you can see the proportion is a lot longer buried under the ground than the tip above the ground. That means this is a plant that's not growing up yet. It's a new plant. Its energy, its genetic code are all carried underneath in here, the root. And it has a long, deep root in there. And we intersect with the root over there to draw your attention to the root of the plant. That means, okay, when we look at the things, the observable things, which is the above ground part, the observable, visible part to us is only a tiny tip. We tend to overlook that, right? But we have to look at under the ground to see how deep the root is. So it's sort of an analogy to today's expression in English about tip of iceberg. So Chinese it's a plant-based society. So it uses a lot of symbols from plant. So instead of a tip of iceberg, which is the navigation era symbol, I guess, the Titanic, like a humans traumatized by this Titanic thing, and this tip of iceberg forever becomes our vocabulary into our consciousness. Same as Chinese, we use plant symbol, the tip of the plant, to show you are only visibly seeing a tiny part of this plant. And if you want to see the potential, how high the tree is going to grow into, you look at how deep the root is growing. I mean, I guess it's not real, because the plant, when it's growing, it got to be above the ground, underground at the same time, right? It cannot be like have a long, deep root and tiny little. I don't know. I don't exactly know, but language-wise, it does give you the tip of the iceberg sense. It's like 20% shown, 80% underground, and we intersect with the 80% portion, the root of things, to show you, okay, that's the potential. You don't see it yet, but it's coming. Okay, so potential money is a Chinese definition of wealth. That's unspent money, currency. So you have high liquidation, but you don't spend it yet. And once spent, it's no longer your money. You no longer have that wealth. So Chinese wealth is defined by unspent potential money. Okay, or potential transaction. I guess this money sign simply means transaction. You potentially can transact with this. Okay, Bao have this big arch thing with a chimney on top. That's a symbol for private property, if we may. Okay, private property, because it's a shelter, it's all enclosing, except the bottom. The bottom is simply ground, that's implied, but this is enclosure with the chimney. Okay, it's a human artificial build space, so that's a shelter. Now we have the jade symbol, which is kind of currency symbol, and you see this money sign again, seashell, string together jade. So both of them, I guess the seashell is kind of a generic currency transaction, and this jade on the string is probably more prestige, kind of like a gold in Chinese concept of wealth. So Chinese used to store wealth in gold and jade. So jade shown here is some serious high grade money. Okay, now the right is, somebody said it's utensil, so the household cookware, stuff like that. So you can sort of see kind of a pot with a lid with something in the middle. It's complicated. It's made of clay, I guess. So just like today's cookware, if you buy a bowl, it's porcelain. So in the past, people probably built not as smooth, well-made porcelain. We're using as a bowl, a plate, dishware today. But in the past, they have their solution. So this is sort of like a dishware. So dishware, currency you can spend, and jade, stored wealth, all under your private property. And that's Chinese definition of treasure. And treasure is kind of a recognition of private ownership, like it belongs to you. And this is wealth accumulated by you. And I guess ancient times, they don't have the banking system where people can store their wealth in a place that's institution beyond your household. And this is like private property wealth storage. Okay, so now we have attract wealth and enter, kind of come to me, walk forward to me. Here is a target of treasures, money, wealth, all coming to me and accumulated under my rooftop, right? So that's the 招财进宝, just visually, very dramatically. And if you ever visited ancient, either Japanese, Korean, or Chinese or Thai cuisine, dining place, you are very most likely to see this symbol, this cat. And this, we call it 招财猫. So attract wealth kitty. Its function is to, blessed with the meaning of, you see this gilded with gold color thing, that means wealth. And on the arm, a 招财进宝, carved exactly this message, like wealth attracting cat. The mission of the cat is to sit by the entrance of the restaurant to kind of show you this. Okay, come here, wealth, come here. It's almost like that. So wealth attracting is one way of Chinese well-wishing to the other. If your friend open a new business, you can give them this statue to show that they are going to attract wealth, just like this kitty is doing that for them, like visually representing this strong message of, coming to me. All right, so this wealth attracting 招财进宝. Touching to the currency of thinking about what day was so easy another day.